Okay, so we're live on YouTube. So you're all very welcome to the Courthouse Singing Sessions. This is the second Courthouse Singing Sessions in conjunction with the Courthouse Arts Centre in Tinahely. So it's great to welcome you all here virtually. Hopefully we'll get to welcome you to the Arts Centre over the next few months. And we've got an exciting programme ahead. But tonight we have the wonderful Jack and Angela Plunkett. We're delighted to have them as our guests, and we're going to hear from them throughout the evening. I suppose how this is going to work tonight for anybody who hasn't been on Zoom yet. I'm sure we're all experts at this stage, but we'll start with singers from the floor first, and we'll try get through as many as we can, and then we'll call on Jack and Angela in between. So I'll call three at a time. Keep an eye on the comment box. I'll pop the three names in, and do use the comments as well, just to have a chat or ask about a song or just to encourage each other, so that we feel like we are in the room together. So yeah, I'm going to ask Robert Kelly to start the night, and then Marion McAleer and Derek Robinson. Okay, if that's okay. So Robert, can I ask you to unmute yourself, please?
Jesus, I'm in the dark.
Ask him to unmute. Can you unmute yourself, Robert? You can't. We'll come back. What we'll do is, Robert, we'll try figure that out with you, and we'll move on then to Marianne, and we'll come back to you, Robert, because we can't quite hear you. How are you, Marianne?
I'm very well, thanks. Yeah, how are you?
We're good. We're good. Great
Yeah.
to see you. And
The quiet life, not much going on. Okay, I'm going to sing a song of somebody who's come back too late, really. I have wandered in exile midst cold-hearted strangers. I might start a bit lower because it goes so high. I have wandered in exile midst cold-hearted strangers, far, far from my home and the beautiful lea. I have struggled alone through all sorrows and dangers. I have braved every storm by land or by sea. Through Colombia's wild forests, or Indiana's spicy bowers, or the great foreign rivers whose sands are of gold. I have sighed for thee still, mid the birds and the flowers. I love you and will, till this heart shall grow cold. I have roamed with fair maidens, with dark flowing tresses, and beautiful eyes that looked kindly on me. Yet I thought with regret of the smiles and caresses of a fair who lives by the lea. I have come back again, but she's not in her bower, though the river flows past with its calm, tiny waves. I have called her in vain, for the ivy-crowned towers of sweet Inishkara o'ershadows her grave. And the home of my childhood to ruin is fallen. The dear ones that blessed it shall greet me no more. Yet I gaze on it still, joyous visions recalling, though the long grass has grown around the step of the door. I will be with you soon, and the shamrock above me from my own native birthplace nevermore will I roam, till I'm laid in the grave with the dear ones that loved me, as in death they will welcome their wanderer home. Good night.
Lovely.
Beautiful, Marion.
Lovely.
Gorgeous, really gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks, Marion. Robert, have you managed to? No. Oh,
Ah,
I
there you
have.
are.
how are
Yes,
you?
I have.
Great.
I figured it out. So
Good man. Good man.
I sing now. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, love to hear you.
Well, hold on to your britches. They said he was the strangest man you'd ever want to meet. He didn't like the town at all, and he kept to the quiet streets. But mostly he was in the fields. He always wore a cap, the same one for the Sunday as for Brighton out in the Gap. And no one has a photo of this man. No one seemed to know his plan. He was unique as a baby and as gentle as a child. And it seems he often spoke of Oscar Wilde. I mind we used to see him in the quiet summer nights, standing by the roadside like a rabbit in the light. He'd never wave, just nod his head. He always wore a tie. Some people said that he was odd, others said just shy. And no one has a photo of this man. No one seemed to know his plan. He was unique as a baby and as gentle as a child, and it seems he often spoke of Oscar Wilde. It seemed he loved a girl one time, but she must have gone away. Perhaps he was too quiet or too different in his ways, because he never bothered after that. Got careless with his looks, forgot to shave for 7 years, and took to reading books, and no one has a photo of this man. No one seemed to know his plan. He was unique as a baby and as gentle as a child, and it seems he often spoke of Oscar Wilde. I saw him in the cornfield. He was sowing with his hand. He understood in the weather and he understood in the land. He always wore what once had been a three-piece navy suit, the same one for the sewing as for standing up in the stooks. And no one has a photo of this man. No one seemed to know his plan. He was unique as a baby and as gentle as a child, and it seems he often spoke of Oscar Wilde. They say he'd stand for hours just gazing at the hills, his bicycle beside him, both of them as still as statues in the sunset, and no one could read his mind. But when he died, they said that he was kind. We laid him down that morning. The rain was falling fast, and those who thought they knew him were with him to the last. The priest was sprinkling prayers, holy water in the rain, and he said we'd hardly ever see the likes of him again. And no one has a photo of this man. No one seemed to know his plan. He was unique as a baby and as gentle as a child, and it seems he often spoke of Oscar Wilde.
Lovely, Robert.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lovely, Robert. Lovely. Brilliant, Robert. Thanks a million. Thanks. We're going to head over to Derek Robinson, who's in Tinnahealy. How are you?
Okay.
I'm grand. Am I unmuted?
You are, Derek. How are you?
Robert's after breaking me heart there. Absolutely gorgeous, Robert. The songs he does are brilliant. The last one I remember you did, Robert, was about the Magdalen laundries. You're an absolute gem, pal. Gorgeous singing. Great songs. Anyway, I'll gather myself. This is a song by Cork man Jimmy McCarthy, a fairly bloody good songwriter. I skimmed across black water without once submerging onto the banks of an urban morning that hungers the first flight much, much more than mountains ever do. And she, like a ghost beside me, goes down with the ease of a dolphin and awakens unlearned, unshamed, unharmed for she is the perfect creature, natural in every feature, and I am the geek with the alchemist's stone. For all of you who must discover, for all who seek to understand, for having left the path of others, to find a very special hand. And it is a holy thing, and it is a precious time. It is the only way. Forget-me-nots among the snow, it's always been, and still it goes, to ponder his death and his life eternally. For all of you who must discover, for all who seek to understand, for having left the path of others, to find a very special hand. And it is a holy thing, and it is a precious time. It is the only way. Forget-me-nots among the snow, it's always been, and still it goes, to ponder his death and his life eternally. One bright blue rose outlives all those 2,000 years, and still it goes, to ponder his death and his life eternally. Thank you.
Very, very good.
Lovely, Derek. Thanks a million. Thank you.
Yep.
I've popped the three names, next three, before we go to our special guests. Seamus Shields, Barney and George Henderson. So we'll head over to Seamus. How are you, Seamus? Ask you to unmute.
I think he's might be in a bit. He can't unmute.
You can't. Okay, we'll come back.
Come back.
That's fine.
Oh, there you go. I have you now.
Can you hear us, Seamus? No? No, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right, well, we'll go to Barney. Barney, how are you? I ask you to unmute.
Great, Rachel. Thanks very much for asking me. I'd sing my favorite Frank Hart song. You all know it, but I haven't sang it in a while, I think.
Lovely.
We are in exile. 53 and the factories are closing. There's not enough work to go round. My brother, he stuck to the farming, and I headed out for London town. South Camden and I'm in my lodgings. The room is both dirty and small, but the landlady's simple and friendly. She makes up for the damp on the wall. She makes up for the damp on the wall. 7:30 a.m. in the morning, myself and the lads on the road, and the noise of the dozer is deafening, and the work is a sight to behold. But the sod is a gift sent from heaven. It will bide me until I get paid. 'Twill pay for the rent and the drinking, and leave me a bit for to say, and leave me a bit for to say. Well, I've worked for both Lang and for Wimpy. I've been sent from Billy to Jack. I've worked till there's nothing left in me, and I've worked till I've broken my back. Come payday, I'm out on the batter. There's not a lot else for to do. I've sent a few pounds to my parents. Now the rest is for me and for you. The rest is for me and for you. Come Christmas, I'm standing in Euston, my brown leather suitcase in hand, and the 9:30's waiting to take me back over to Sweetenishman. And it's out beyond Watford and Rugby. By Chester I've had my 8 beer, past Bangor and the cold straits of Menai, and finally Holyhead Pier, and finally Holyhead Pier. Well, you'd think the whole country of Erin was waiting to get on the boat, for there's accents from Antrim to Kerry, from Westport to the high hill of Holt, and in no time we're into Dunleary, with the dawn rising clear in the sky. I am on the last leg of my journey. It's hello to the fair Aran Isles. It's hello to the fair Aran Isles. Well, there's great jubilation and laughter. It's true that there's no place like home, with all of my friends and relations, but too soon I will have to be gone. For there's not enough work in this country. There's not enough land to go round. So with thousands of others just like me, I am heading back for London town. I am heading back for London town. Sinead.
Thank you, Bernie.
Thank you.
Gorgeous, Bernie. Gorgeous. I love that song. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to head over to George. George Henderson. How are you, George?
Okay, Seamus didn't get back in yet.
Oh.
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, it's International Geordie Day, so I'm going to inflict a Geordie song on you all. And this one was written by a fellow called Joe Wilson, who he was born in 1841, and he only lived till he was 36. He died of TB, but he wrote a lot of songs in the process of his life. I'm a little bit hoarse. This beautiful weather doesn't like my voice. We'll have a go anyway. Hope you understand most of it anyway. Oh, Geordie and Bob Johnson beeth lay in one bed in a little lodging house what's doing the show. And before there'd been an hour asleep, a kick from Geordie's feet made him waken up to raw steed of snow. Keep your feet still, Geordie, Hidney, let's be happy through the night, for we may not be so happy through the day. Say, give us that bit comfort, keep your feet still, Geordie, lad, and Devon drive me bonny dreams away. No, I dreamt there was a dancing held and Mary Clark was there. I dreamt we tripped it lately round the floor, and I pressed o'er heaving breast of mine when waltzing round the room that's men a door of a day afore. Keep your feet still, Geordie, hinny, let's be happy through the night, for we may not be so happy through the day. Say, give us that bit comfort, keep your feet still, Geordie, lad, and even drive me bonny dreams away. Well, you know the lad she gans with, they call him Jimmy Green. I thought he tried to spoil us in my fun, but I dreamt I nailed him heavy, but black the big fool's eyes. If I'd slept, it's hard to know what I'd have done. Keep your feet still, Geordie, hinny, let's be happy through the night, for we may not be so happy through the day. Say, give us that bit comfort, keep your feet still, Geordie, lad, and even drive me bonny dreams away. Well, I thought I said I am that night, so happy like we were. I'd have kissed her lips 1,000 times or more, and I wish the road would never end, so happy like was I could have walked 1,000 miles with Mary there. Keep your feet still, Geordie, hinny, let's be happy through the night, for we may not be so happy through the day. Say, give us that bit comfort, keep your feet still, Geordie, lad, and even drive me bonny dreams away. Well, I dreamt Jim Green had left the tune and left his love to me. I dreamt my house was furnished with the best, and I dreamt I just had left the church with Mary by me side, when your clumsy feet completely spoilt the rest. Keep your feet still, Geordie, hinny, let's be happy through the night, for we may not be so happy through the day. Say, give us that bit comfort, keep your feet still, Geordie, lad, and even drive me bonny dreams away.
Thanks, George.
The frog on the throat.
Brilliant, brilliant, George. Thanks a million. Thank you. Seamus Shields.
Yeah.
We have you there. Great.
Yeah, I was getting a ferocious buzzing in my ears. Not tinnitus, just the sound system playing tricks on me. Anyway, this is a song from the First World War, and it's a conversation between two women in Cork about the situation of the 10th Irish Division, who were stuck outside a city called Thessaloniki. Oh, me husband's... Sorry, go again. Oh, me husband's in Salonika. I wonder if he's dead. And I wonder if he knows he has a kid with a foxy head. So right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. When the war is over, what will the slackers do? They'll be all around the soldiers for the want of a bob or two. So right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. And when the war is over, what will the soldiers do? They'll be hopping around with a leg and a half, and the slackers they'll have two. So right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. Well, first they taxed the sugar, and then they taxed the tay, and then they brought conscription, and they took me man away. So right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. They taxed the pound of butter, and they taxed the halfpenny bun, and still with all the taxing they can't bait the bloody Hun. So right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. They tax the Colosseum, and they tax St. Mary's Hall. Why don't they tax the bobbies with their backs against the wall? So right away, Right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. And when the war is over, what will the slackers do? For every kid in America, in Cork there will be two. So right away, right away, so right away, right away. So right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. They takes us out to Blarney and they lays us on the grass. They puts us in the family way and they leaves us on our ass. So right away, right away, so right away, right away. So right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. There's lino in the parlour and in the kitchen too, and a lovely glass-back chiffonier we got from Dicky Glue. For so right away, right away, so right away, right away. Right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. Oh, never marry a soldier, a sailor or a marine, but keep your eye on the Sinn Féin boy with his orange, white and green. So right away, oh right away, so right away, right away. Right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy.
What's our Seamus?
Well done, Seamus.
Nicey, Seamus, nicey. Great song. Well sung. Brilliant. Well, that's been a wonderful start to the evening. We're going to head over to our special guests now, Jack and Angela Plunkett, and really looking forward to hearing you guys. Hi, Jack and Angela, how are you?
Hi there.
We're grand, thanks.
We're great.
And thanks very much to you, Rachel, and to John, and to all the team at the Courthouse Arts Centre for inviting us to be guests here tonight. It's a real honour. And it's great to see so many friendly faces as well.
Isn't it just? So what we thought we'd do was we'd start with a song by Robert Burns. We're very fond of his songs. We sing quite a few. And this one, I think maybe is our favourite. It's Green Grow the Rashes, you know. It's a great song. It's a great kind of what would you say, song in praise of women, and also has a great chorus.
Tribute to the women.
Great tribute to the women. So
he was ahead of his time, Robert.
So sing the chorus with us, but only if you're muted. There's naught but care on every hand, in every hour that passes, oh. What signifies the life of man, if it were nae for the lasses, oh. Green grow the rashes, oh. Green grow the rashes, oh. The sweetest hours that e'er I spend are spent among the lasses, oh. The worldly race may riches chase, riches yet may flee them all. But if at last they catch them fast, their hearts can ne'er enjoy them all. Green grow the rashes, oh. Green grow the rashes, oh. The sweetest hours that e'er I spend are spent among the lasses, oh. Give me a canny hill, laddie, my arm around my dearie, oh. And worldly cares and worldly men can all gang tapsel teary, oh. Green grow the rashes, oh. Green grow the rashes, oh. The sweetest hours that e'er I spend are spent among the lasses, oh. And you say, Dus, would sneer at this, you're naught but senseless asses, oh. The wisest man the world e'er saw, he dearly loved the lasses, oh. Green grow the rashes, oh. Green grow the rashes, oh. The sweetest hours that e'er I spend are spent among the lasses, oh. How nature swears her lovely dears, her noblest work she classes, oh. Her prentice hand she tried on man, and then she made the lasses, oh. Green grow the rashes, oh. Green grow the rashes, oh. The sweetest hours that e'er I spend are spent among the lasses, oh. Green grow the rashes, oh. Green grow the rashes, oh. The sweetest hours that e'er I spend are spent among the lasses, oh.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Brilliant as ever.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Thank you.
Now, Shift and Spin is a song by Ewan McVicker, and it's set in a cotton mill in Paisley, just outside Glasgow. And one of the reasons I think this song chimes with us is because it always reminds us of my Aunt Bella McGrattan from Wishaw. Just like the mill worker in this song, Bella was gallus, bright and breezy. So this one's for Bella.
Shift and spin, warp and twine, make and threads coarse and fine, dreaming o' your valentine, working in the mill.
Keep your bobbins running easy, show your gallus bright and breezy, wait until Prince Charming sees you,
working in the mill. Shift and spin, warp and twine, make and threads coarse and fine, dreaming o' your valentine, working in the mill.
Oil your runners, mend your thread, do your best until you're dead. Wish you were a wife instead of working in the mill.
Shift and spin, warp and twine, make and threads coarse and fine, dreaming o' your valentine, working in the mill.
Used to dream you'd be the rage, smiling on the fashion page. Never dreamt you'd be a wage slave,
working in the mill. Shift and spin, warp and twine, make and threads coarse and fine, dreaming o' your valentine, working in the mill.
Used to think life was kind, no it isn't, never mind. Maybe someday love will find you
working in the mill. Shift and spin, warp and twine, make and threads coarse and fine, dreaming o' your valentine, working in the mill.
He loves me not, so what? Make the most of what you've got. Win your pay and spend that cotton,
working in the mill. Shift and spin, warp and twine, make and threads coarse and fine, dreaming o' your valentine, know your Valentine working in the mill.
Oh, beautiful.
Great to hear you.
Thank you.
Indeed, thanks.
Now we're going to finish this little first set of songs with a song that I wrote several years ago. I'll tell you what happened. I heard a young couple from Donegal explaining how, they had bought a small house and then one lost a job and the other lost a job. This was back in the recession, and they couldn't lease the house, they couldn't pay the mortgage, they couldn't sell it, the bank wouldn't help. They were just at the end of their tether. And what they decided to do was they were going to put the keys through the letterbox and walk away and leave it. And they had bought 2 one-way tickets to Canada. So great sympathy for them. I mean, what an awful plight. And imagine that moment, standing outside your own door doing that. But also great admiration for them because, they were going off to make a new life for themselves. And I wrote this song, The Scattering. She sang a storm o' cree, a storm, as I put the keys through the door. As they fell and they lay with our dreams on the floor. She sang a storm o' cree, a storm, a storm o' cree, a storm. She rose early this morning to walk in her garden, the garden she knew she would walk in no more. And by way of farewell, her tears watered it well. Soft she sang Erin's green shore. She sang a storm o' cree, a storm, as I put the keys through the door. As they fell and they lay with our dreams on the floor. She sang a storm o' cree, a storm, a storm o' cree, a storm. She said, how can this be, love, that we have to flee, love? We're standing like strangers outside our own door. No one starved, no one died, but last night how she cried when we all sang the green shamrock shore. She sang a storm o' cree, a storm, as I put the keys through the door. As they fell and they lay with our dreams on the floor. She sang a storm o' cree, a storm, a storm o' cree, a storm. Leaving Donegal town now, we're Montreal bound now. The green fields of Canada, may they be kind. There's a promise of work, and we're sure due some luck. So here's a health to us all, and the songs that we'll find. She sang a storm o' cree, a storm, as I put the keys through the door. As they fell and they lay with our dreams on the floor. She sang a storm o' cree, a storm, a storm o' cree, a storm. She sang a storm o' cree, a storm, a storm o' cree, a storm.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Really
beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Looking forward to more songs from the floor now.
Thanks, Jack and Angela. That was wonderful. Thank you. We'll hear more from you as we go along. Thank you so much. Thanks a million. I popped another 3 names into the messages just in case you haven't seen them. It's Kevin Shelley, Cullen Inera, and Tom Finn. So Kevin Shelley, can I ask you to unmute yourself? How are you? Can you hear us, Kevin?
There we go.
There you go. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. Well, you know the story about the frog in the throat? Well, the frog is left, but I'm afraid there's some tadpoles there left. The song is called Fadeaway. It's written by, I think his name is Alan Hewlett. It's about, it's an Australian song, and it's about mining asbestos and the results of that. There's a man in my bed. Oh, wait. It's eluding me for a moment. Look, I'll switch to another dog and gun. With my dog and gun o'er the blooming heather, for game and pleasure I made my way. I spied a maiden, tall and slender. Her eyes enticed me sometime to say. Said I, fair maid, do you know I love you? Tell me your name and your dwelling also. Excuse my name, sir, you'll find my dwelling by the mountain streams where the moorcocks crow. Said I, fair maid, if you wed a farmer, you'll be tied for life to one plot of land. I'm a roving Johnny, if you'll go with me. You'll have no ties, so give me your hand. If my parents knew that I loved a rover, I'm sure 'twould be my overthrow. So I'll stay at home, sir, for one more season by the mountain streams where the moorcocks crow. And it's fairly well, love, another season. We will meet again by lofty trees, and I'll sit you down, love, upon my knee then, and I listen to your love-sick tale. And it's arm in arm we will go together by lofty trees to the valley below, where the linnet sings her song so sweetly by the mountain streams where the moorcocks crow.
Well done, Kevin. Well done.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brilliant. now we're going to head to Cullen and Era.
Hi everyone. We're going to sing a Scottish lullaby that we got from Jack and Angela called Coorie Doon. Coorie Doon means to snuggle down or to crouch down, which is what the daddy in the song will be doing when he's working in the mines. Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, my darling, Coorie Doon the day. Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, my darling, Coorie Doon the day. Lie down, my dear, and in your ear to help you close your eyes, I'll sing a song, a slumber song, a miner's lullaby. Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, my darling, Coorie Doon the day. Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, my darling, Coorie Doon the day. Your daddy's doon the mines, my darling, doon in the Curlby main. Your daddy's howking coal, my darling, for his ain wee wee. Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, my darling, Coorie Doon the day. Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, my darling, Coorie Doon the day. There's darkness doon the mine, my darling, darkness, dust and damp. But we must have our heat, our light, our fire, and our lamp. Your daddy Coorie's doon, my darling, doon in a 3-foot seam. So you can Coorie Doon, my darling, Coorie Doon and dream. Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, my darling, Coorie Doon the day. Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, Coorie Doon, my darling, Coorie Doon the day.
Oh,
Oh, beautiful. Splendid, lads. Great stuff.
song of the night. That's lovely. Absolutely.
That was brilliant.
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 First song, Jack and Angela, that they love it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
You did a
Brilliant.
magnificent job of that.
Lovely,
Matt
thanks.
McGinn would be delighted.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Right, so now we're going to Tom Finn. How are you, Tom?
I'm great, Rachel. How are you? That was beautiful, cool in an era. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, listen, I'm going to sing Sliabh na Mán because it's got a kind of an indirect connection to today. In the third verse of the song, it mentions to see our flag unrolled. And on this day, the 16th of July in 1848, Thomas Francis Meagher unrolled the Irish tricolour in Sliabh na Mán. Now, he had unrolled it earlier on in his native Waterford back in March of the same year. But it was a monster rally with about 50,000 people at it. And the author of the song was there as well, who was Charles Kickham. And he was obviously a co-conspirator of Meagher in the 1848 rebellion. But a couple of years later, in 1850, 2 years after that, he wrote Sliabh na Mán. Alone, all alone, by the wave-washed strand, all alone in the crowded hall. The hall, it is gay, and the waves, they are grand, but my heart is not there at all. It flies far away by night and by day, to the times and the joys that are gone. I never can forget the sweet maiden I met in the valley of Sliabh na Mán. It was not the grace of her queenly hair, nor her cheek like the rose's glow, nor her soft black eyes, nor her flowing hair, nor was it her lily white brow. 'Twas the soul of truth and of melting ruth, and her smile like the summer's dawn, that stole my heart away, that soft summer's day in the valley of Sliabh na Mán. In the festive hall, by the star-watched shore, oh, ever my restless spirit cries, my love, oh, my love, shall I ne'er see you more? O my land, will you never uprise? By night and by day I ever pray, while only my life flows on, to see our flag unrolled and my true love to enfold in the valley of Sliabh na Mán, in the valley of Sliabh na Mán.
Good job,
Tom.
And Tom. Lovely. Really lovely.
Thank you.
Thanks a million. Thank you.
Tom.
Well done. Now, the next three I've popped into the message. We have Liam Clancy, Rita Gallagher, and Gavin Byrne. So, Liam Clancy, Liam.
Is Liam there?
Can you hear us, Liam?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
I can't see you. Hang on now. Till I find you. Ah, there you are.
How are you, Liam?
I'm good now. Great to hear such wonderful singing. We're going to sing The Boys of Barn Sraja. The town, it climbs a mountain and looks down to the sea. A waking time or sleeping, it's there I long to be, to roam again the kindly streets where I grew from boy to man, with the boys of Barnas Raja, who hunted for the wren. With cudgels stout we roamed about, to hunt the Fhaoláin. We searched for birds neath every furze, from Leather to Duneen. We jumped for joy beneath the sky, life held no threat or plan. All the boys of Barnas Raja, who hunted for the wren. And when the hills were bleeding, when rifles were aflame, to the rebel homes of Kerry the Saxon strangers came, the boys who dared the Oxys and who fought the Black and Tans, were once boys of Barnas Raja, who hunted for the wren. But now they toil on foreign soil, where they have gone their way. Deep in the heart of London town, or over in Broadway, and I am left to sing their deeds and praises while I can. All the boys of Barnas Raja, who hunted for the wren. And when my wheel of life runs down, and death come over me, just lay me down in that old town, between the hills and sea. I'll take my peace in those green fields, where I grew from boy to man, with the boys of Barnas Raja, who hunted for the wren.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Lovely to hear you singing. Brilliant. Thanks a million, Liam. Great. So we're going to head over to Rita Gallagher.
Let me find Rita. A bit like disappearing on us. Oh, there she is down there.
How are you, Rita?
I'm very well, Rachel, John. How are you both?
Not so bad.
Good.
Right, nice.
I'm going to sing, it's a nice wee short one called The Wee Weaver. I am a wee weaver, confined to my loom, My love, she is fairer than the red rose in bloom. She is loved by all young men, and that does grieve me. My heart's in the bosom of lovely Mary. As Willie and Mary roam by yon shady bower, where Willie and Mary spend many's a happy hour, where the thrush and the blackbird do consort and core, sing the praises of Mary round Loch Erin shore. As Willie and Mary rove by yon riverside, said Willie to Mary, will you be my bride? This couple got married, and they'll roam no more. They'll have pleasure and treasure round Loch Erin shore. Thank you.
Lovely.
Lovely matching with it.
Great.
Really lovely. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks, Rita. I'm going to head over to Gavin Byrne.
Good evening. How are you all? Lovely songs tonight. I'm going to try a song called Leave Me to Sleep, Biddy. It used to be sung by a fella called Tony Pastor. It's from an American song, and I got it from Thomas McCarthy's album Round Top Wagon. Backward and forward I'm reeling and tight. Oh, 'tis a spree I have been on tonight. I've been to McCarthy's with Patsy O'Mar. We had the black bottle from under the bar. We drank and we drank till we banished all care. We gave not a thought to foul weather or fair. Now here on the floor I'm curled up in a heap. Ara laid me to sleep, Biddy laid me to sleep. I'm clasped to the pig in a loving embrace. The hairs on his curly tail tickling me face. There's no use in telling me he's sober to keep. Ara laid me to sleep, Biddy laid me to sleep. Over my head in the days that are gone, gaily I flourished my natty blackthorn. And if I but only had it tonight, maybe I wouldn't be up for a fight. And if Pat Murphy I happen to meet, 'tis an elegant ruction we'll have in the street. He'll soon be glad in a knothole to creep, Ara leave me to sleep, biddy, leave me to sleep. I'm clasped to the pig in a loving embrace, the hairs of his curly tail tickling me face. There's no use in telling me sober to keep. Ara leave me to sleep, biddy, leave me to sleep. Drop down by the pig here and share his embrace. Let my red whiskers lie close to your face. The crater won't hurt you, he'll do you no harm. Drop down by me, biddy, and keep me back warm. Squeeze me up tight as you've oft done before. I'll sing you to sleep with the sounds of me snores. The rats and the mice all around us may creep. Ara leave me to sleep, biddy, leave me to sleep. I'm clasped to the pig in a loving embrace, the hairs of his curly tail tickling me face. There's no use in telling me sober to keep. Ara leave me to sleep, biddy, leave me to sleep. Sure. Thanks, lads.
Oh, great stuff, Gavin. Great song.
Great song. Great rendition. Brilliant, Gavin. Thanks a million. What a lovely night. Such a variety of songs. It's brilliant. I think it's time that we head back to our special guests, Jack and Angela. How are you?
Okay, thanks. Well, it's hard to follow that song about the pig.
That's a cracker. Oh, but as you say there, Rachel, there's been so many good songs, one great song after another tonight. It's really special. Now, we're going to continue now with a song that I wrote a few years ago. It's something you will know already. It's a love song, and it's called Yours I. And yours I in the Scots language means yours always, yours forever. While the sun will rise in the eastern skies, and while 4 will be twice times 2, while the tides will fall and the tides will rise, it's then you will find I am true, my dear. Oh, it's then you will find I am true. For I am yours, my dear, and so I remain yours, I am yours, my dear, and will ever remain yours, I. Never fear, my dear, though I journey from here, you're the first and the last in my mind. And when I return, then I will be yours. Please say now that you will be mine, my dear. Please, God, say that you will be mine. For I am yours, my dear, and so I remain yours, I am yours, my dear, and will ever remain yours, I. When the sun may rise in the western skies, and when 5 may be twice times 2, when the tides may neglect to fall fall and to rise. It's then you will find me untrue, my dear. Oh, it's then you will find me untrue. For I am yours, my dear, and so I remain yours, I am yours, my dear, and will ever remain yours, I am yours, my dear, and so I remain yours, I am yours, my dear, and will ever remain yours,
Next, we're going to do a Ewan MacColl song, Fisher Lasses. This is about the fish gutters, the women who worked as fish gutters and followed the herring fleet as it made its way down the North Sea, called in at all the ports, well, many of the ports along the east coast, down Scotland into England, in this case as far as Yarmouth. Ewan MacColl wrote this song during the radio series for Singing the Fishing, and some of the women who were fish cutters were interviewed for the programme, and he used their words in the song, so it's really them speaking. And yeah, it was hard work and tough conditions, but you really get this feeling of a sense of adventure and, in fact, the fun of getting away and having a good time together. So this is Fisher Lasses.
Come all you Fisher lassies, I am come awa wi me, Fae Cairn, Boger, Gainery, Fae Inveralakey, Fae Bucky and Fae Aberdeen, and all the country round, where a water got the hen, where a water the Yarmouth tune.
Rise up in the morning with your bundle in the hand, be at the station early or you'll surely have to stand. Take plenty to eat and a kettle for your tea, or you'll maybe die of hunger on the way to the Yarmouth Quay. The journey, it's a lang yin, it takes a day or twa, and when you reach your lodging, sure it's sound asleep you'll fall, and you rise at 5 with a sleep still in your ear, and yet have to find the gutting yards along the Yarmouth Quay.
Come all you Fisher lassies, I am come awa wi me, Fae Cairn, Boger, Gainery, Fae Inveralakey, Fae Bucky and Fae Aberdeen, and all the country round, where a water got the hen, where a water the Yarmouth tune.
It's early in the morning, late into the night, your hands all cut and chappet and they look an awful sight, and you weep like a wane when you dip them in the bree, and you wish you were 1,000 mile away from Yarmouth Quay. There's coopers there and curers and buyers and canny chills, lassies at the pickelin and others at the creels, and you wish that the fish were all left out in the sea by the time you finish gutting herring on the Yarmouth Quay.
Come all you Fisher lassies, I am come awa wi me, Fae Cairn, Boger, Gainery, Fae Inveralakey, Fae Bucky and Fae Aberdeen, and all the country round, where a water got the hen, where a water the Yarmouth tune.
We've gutted fish in Lerwick, in Stornoway and Shields, up along the Humber amongst the barrels and the creels. Whitby, Grimsby, we've travelled up and down, but the place to see the herring is the quay in the Yarmouth tune.
Come all you Fy fisher lassies ayn come awa wi me. Fy clear and boger Gymri, fy Inveralaki, fy Bucky and fy Aberdeen and all the country round, where I want to cut the heron, where I want to the Yarmouth town.
There you go.
I love it.
Gorgeous.
Brilliant song. Well done.
Thanks now. So this third song in this set is another Glasgow song. Well, it's kind of about the journey into Glasgow. It's the Sour Milk Cart, written by Tom Johnson, probably around 1880, not entirely sure, maybe a little bit later. And it's about the time when you had two types of delivery of milk into the city, not just into Glasgow, anywhere. If it was the sweet milk, you had the fastest horses, usually two of them, pulling the cart, and you were put to the pin of your collar to get in there and make sure the milk was still sweet when you got there, no messing. But if it was the sour milk, it was a different story. It was usually a kind of more mature horse, and just one, and you could take all the time you wanted, really. So you could give somebody a lift if you fancied, or you never knew who you might meet. So this is the sour milk cart.
I am a country lad, serving in Polnoon, on a farm by Eaglesham, that fine old-fashioned town, where we the milk each morning, a little after 3, we take the road to Glasgow, the old grey mare and me. Early other morning, early into morning, we did pass. I happened to forgather wi' a broyal country lass. Says I'm a bonny lass, will you come along wi' me? We're jogging up to Glasgow, the old grey mare and me. Wi' her cheeks a red and rosy and her eyes a bonny blue, dancing, glancing, they pierced me through and through. She fairly won my fancy, stole away my heart, jogging up to Glasgow in the sour milk cart. Now I set her up beside me and we soon got on a crack, and wi' a blush she told me that her name was Maggie Clark. I told the old story as the woods around us rang, to the chirping o' the mavis and the blackbird's cheery sang. Now you've heard of lords and ladies making love in shady bowers, how they wooed and won among the roses and the flowers. I'll ne'er forget that morning when Cupid shot his dart, pew, jogging up to Glasgow in the sour milk cart. Wi' her cheeks a red and rosy and her eyes a bonny blue, dancing, glancing, they pierced me through and through. She fairly won my fancy, stole away my heart, jogging up to Glasgow in the sour milk cart. Now her parents have consented, and when term time comes around, I mean to buy a harness and a bonny silken gown. We're aiming to get married just about next August fair, and all our old acquaintances, we hope to see them there. Now she's never had a hurl in a carriage all her days, but when that I propose to have a coach and pair of greys, I know, says she, the silver scare she cannot spare it. I'd rather have the jogging o' the sour milk cart. Wi' her cheeks a red and rosy and her eyes a bonny blue, dancing, glancing, they pierced me through and through. She fairly won my fancy, stole away my heart, jogging up to Glasgow in the sour milk cart. Hey! Jogging up to Glasgow in the sour milk cart.
Hey!
Brilliant, brilliant, guys, absolutely brilliant, brilliant. What a treat it is this evening to hear.
That's very kind. Looking forward to hearing more from the floor now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I popped in the next 3 names. We're hoping to get around to everybody. I'm just looking around the room. There's so many great singers and great songs to come, I've no doubt. But I put in John Ennis, Des Geraghty and Racker Donnelly. So John Ennis.
Are you receiving me there, Rachel?
You're loud and clear. How are you?
Good. I'm sure as well as can be expected now at my time of life. I'm going to do something very risky here now in the presence of our special guests, Jack and Angela. I'm going to attempt to sing a Scottish song. This is a song that was made popular back in the 70s by the Corries, but it goes back some 200 odd years before that, to its origins in the early 18th century, I believe 1725 or something like that. And I'm sure Jack and Angela are very familiar with it, as it's just up the road from their native Glasgow. It's called Dumbarton's Drums. Dumbarton's drums, they sound so bonny, and they remind me of my Jeanie, such fond delight to steal upon me when Jeanie kneels and sings to me. My love, she is a handsome lassie, and though I am Dumbarton's caddie, one day she'll be a captain's lady. When Jeanie tells her vows to me, Dumbarton's drums, they sound so bonny, and they remind me of my Jeanie. What fond delight to steal upon me when Jeanie kneels and sings to me. Across the hills of blooming heather, Dumbarton calls the hour of pleasure, a font of love that knows no measure. When Jeanie kneels and kisses me, Dumbarton's drums, they sound so bonny, and they remind me of my Jeanie. What fond delight to steal upon me when Jeanie kneels and sings to me. It's she alone that does excite me, roving eyes, they do invite me, and when her tender arms enfold me, the blackest night does turn and flee. Dumbarton's drums, they sound so bonny, and they remind me of my Jeanie. What fun delight does steal upon me when Jeanie mews and sings to me. When Jeanie mews and kisses me.
Splendid.
Well done.
Very good.
Old song.
Well done, John.
Thanks, John. We're heading over to Des Geordie.
Yeah. Hey. Hello.
How are you, Des?
Yeah. This song I picked is for Tinnahealy and the beautiful mountains. I was looking out at the Wicklow Mountains today, so I was wishing I was up there enjoying the sunshine. It was absolutely beautiful. Oh, come by the hills to a land where fancy is free, and stand where the peaks meet the sky and the lochs meet the sea, where the rivers run clear and the bracken is gold in the sun, and all cares of tomorrow can wait until this day is done. Oh, come by the hills in a land where life is a song, and sing where the birds fill the air with their joy all day long, where the trees sway in time and the winds they sing in tune, and all cares of tomorrow can wait until this day is done. Tarlum harnach nig, dear Willem seal maroran, is na hen kjol leg lina leg glunder on down gomlan. Na crin glos gwynawn is yn gwaig siedwy jwn. Is fan y cor mi ymwyrach gymau yn los o hynnyr rim. Oh, come by the hills to a land where legend remains, and the stories of all fill the air and may yet come again, where the past has been lost and the future is still to be won, and all the cares of tomorrow can wait until this day is done. O tarlum harna craig, dear Willem finch gale foil, Crealinte liskelio clafoscult and go foil. Shan lehenti chalte is na tauki fos legwal. Is van a core me a moirok, gamai on los, so hanyere harem. Shine.
Reminded me of your Come By the Hills when the Clay Club and Ray Singers came on the double-decker bus into Tinnahealy.
Oh, yeah. Lovely. We'll do it again.
We will. I hope so.
Thanks, Des. So we're going to head to Racker. Racker. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Ah, there you
can
are.
hear
Oh,
you.
you can. You're lucky people. This is from a thing called A Chuckle of Shanukkel. It's about Irish proverbs and about the wonderfulness of Irish proverbs. And I was as ignorant as could be about 20 years ago, and I met a great fella, the late great Liam McAnomera, and he lent me his book, Ireland of the Proverb. And I was bowled over by these wonderful proverbs, which I should have been taught at school, but I wasn't. I knew about 2 of them out of the whole book, and it really transformed my universe, and I'll transform yours any second now. So I'll just do a few of these proverbs. And first I do them in straight English, and then I do the Irish. It won't be as good as Des's Irish, but it'll have to do. And then I add a little gloss or commentary or clarification of the original script. I see Tom Finn is finding this amusing already. It's a very serious matter, Tom. Anyway, so here we go. There are 12 of them. So we start with number 1. Good idea to start at the beginning. 1, every beginning is weak. Bíonn gach tosach lag. Every prince was once a frog. 2, for a dog, good legs bring food. I gosa con na bhíonn a chuid, a nimble hound is first to the fridge. 3, human health lies in the leg department. I gosa dinner, a bhíonn a launcher, you could leap a gate if your feet would launch you. 4, if you want to be mocked, get married. Mas malat the kind post. That's why owl couples look so morose. 5, if you want to be praised, drop dead. Mas malat the wulla, fi boss. Every bollocks is buried in applesauce. 6, it is not beauty that gets the pot boiling. Ní híon áilecht a chuireann an cacán na fiocha. She may look like a duck, but if she can cook, she's pucka. 7, a heritage of thought is in the sayings of our ancestors. Airecht na smuinche is shanukkel na shinsha. From our bucket of wisdom, I offer a tincture. 8, a house without a woman is empty and cold. It's full of fure, chach gan ban. There's no full house without a man. 9, a windy day is no day for thatching. Ní he lá na gaotha, lá na scullab. When planting in a gale, use a screw-in bulb. 10, things are not what they seem. Ní mar a híltear a beacher. The German philosopher Nietzsche looked just like my geography teacher. 11, there is no fireside like your own. Ní lein tinton mar the hinton féin. Your home, forget the rain. And finally, fittingly, 12, the silent mouth is sweet. It's been bale in a hust, sweet silence, gold dust. Dismiss
Mighty record.
Oh, lovely record. Well done.
Perfect. Brilliant. Really enjoyed that. Thanks a million. Gorgeous. Right, I've popped the next 3 into the message. Liam McCarvey, Anne Mulhall and Michael O'Leary. Do we have Liam?
Yes. Yes.
Hi Liam, how are you? You well?
Pretty good. Yes. Thank you very much. Really enjoying Jack and Angela, who I know of. and appreciate all their good songs. They sang a Ewan MacColl song earlier in the last set, I think. And I'm going to sing a Peggy Seeger song. Peggy, as you know, married Ewan MacColl at some stage. And she came over to Britain around the 1960s. This is a song she wrote, and it's a very socialist song. It's called Come Fill Up Your Glasses. Come fill up your glasses with whiskey and beer. Here's to your health and lots of good cheer. To our sisters and brothers, and may they live long. Come fill up your glasses and join in this song. A toast to the farmers who work on the land, who live where their work is and toil while they can. To the teachers and the carpenters and the bold engineers, may their wages keep rising over the years. Long life to the miners the whole world around, who spend all their days in a hole underground, whose road is a tunnel, whose day is a night. Out of darkness and danger, they bring heat and light. To the artists and writers, let's now drink a health. The people whose hopes and whose joys are our wealth, whose tools are but canvas and paper and pen, whose harvest is the future, the progress of men. Let the men drink a health to their sweethearts and wives, and the woman being willing will greet them likewise. May your pleasures be many and your troubles be few. May you treasure the day you made one out of two. Let's drink to our children and let us prepare a world where they'll live free from sorrow and care. A world where goodwill amongst men is the law. A world without fallout, a world without war. Sinead.
Lovely.
Great song. Great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who's next now? We're going to Anne Mulhall.
Hello.
Hi Anne. How are you?
Lovely night, lovely songs for everybody. Very lovely to be here. So I'm going to sing a Scottish song as well, and it's by a song by Eric Bogle. It's called Leaving Nancy. So here I go. In comes a train, and the whole platform shakes. It stops with a shudder and a screaming of brakes. The parting has come, and my weary soul aches. I'm leaving my Nancy, oh. And you stand there so calmly, determinedly gay. You talk of the weather and events of the day, and your eyes tell me all that your tongue doesn't say. Goodbye, my Nancy, oh. And come a little closer, My suitcase is lifted and stowed on the train, and 1,000 regrets whirl around in my brain. The ache in my heart is a black sea of pain. I'm leaving my Nancy, oh. But you stand there beside me, so lovely to see. The grip of your hand is an unspoken plea. You're not fooling yourself, and you're not fooling me. Goodbye, my Nancy, oh. And come a little closer. Lay your head upon my shoulder and let me hold you one last time before the whistle blows. But our time has run out and the whistle has blown, and here I must leave you standing alone. We had so little time, and now the time's gone. Goodbye, my Nancy, oh. And as the train starts gently to roll, and as I lean out to wave and to call, I see your first tears trickle and fall. Goodbye, my Nancy, oh. And come a little closer. Lay your head upon my shoulder and let me hold you one last time before the whistle blows. And let me hold you one last time before the whistle blows.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, that's lovely, Alan.
Lovely.
Wonderful rendition.
Well done.
Beautiful. Thanks, Anne. Fantastic. Now we're going to head to Michael O'Leary.
Hi.
Hi, Michael.
Thank you, Rachel and John. I'm just pinching myself to be able to be here this evening with all of you, just to get to hear a wonderful sets of songs by Jack and Angela, and then all the rest of ye. It's just great song after great song. Just so wonderful to hear you all. And I'm going to take this opportunity to do a Scottish song as well. I'm a big fan of the songs of Tony Cuff, and this is a Glasgow song. It's apparently very old. The lyrics were supposedly maybe first published before 1840 or between 1840 and 50, and it's based on a true story. Jamie Rayburn was a baker in Glasgow, and he was falsely accused and convicted of petty theft and was sent off to the colonies. So. Oh, my name is Jamie Rayburn, from Glasgow town I came. My place of habitation I'm forced to leave with shame. From my place of habitation, I now maun gang awa, far frae the bonny hills and dales of Caledonia. It was early in the morning, before the break of day. We were wakened by the turnkey, who unto us did say, Arise, ye hapless convicts, arise, ye ane and a'. This is the day ye are to stray from Caledonia. So we all arose, put on our clothes, our hearts were filled with grief. Our friends that stood about the coach could grant us no relief. Our parents, wives, and sweethearts, their hearts were broken twa, to see us leave the hills and dales of Caledonia. So farewell, my aged father, ye are the best of men. And likewise my ain sweetheart, it's Catherine is her name. No more we'll walk by Clyde's clear stream, nor by the broomy law, for I maun leave the hills and dales of Caledonia. Oh, my name is Jamie Rayburn, from Glasgow town I came. My place of habitation I'm forced to leave with shame. From my place of habitation I now maun gang awa, far frae the bonny hills and dales of Caledonia. Far frae the bonny hills and dales of Caledonia. Jamie Rayburn.
Oh, wonderful.
Lovely, Michael.
Well done, Michael.
Thank you very much.
Lovely, Michael. Brilliant. Lovely song. Well sung. Great to see you and have you with us.
Thank you.
Before we go back to our special guests, I've just put 3 more names in because I'm hoping we can get through to everybody. Deirdre and Paul, and then Alice. So we'll pop over to Deirdre and Paul. How are you?
Can you hear me, Rachel?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Great. How are you? Great stuff, Jack and Angela. Absolutely gorgeous. I haven't got a Scottish song, I'm afraid, and I should have because my mother was from Glasgow, so I must put that on my list of things to do this summer. Okay, I'll try this one. It was on a summer's morning, all the meadows were adorned, oh, with flowers sweetly blooming, and the wee birds all a-tuning, oh. I met my love near Banbridge town, the lovely blue-eyed Sally, oh. She's the crown of the county down, the flower of Maharally, oh. With admiration I did gaze upon this lovely maiden, oh. Adam never more was struck when he first saw Eve in Eden, oh. Her skin was like the lily yonder valley, oh. I think I'm blessed when I am nigh the flower of Maharali, oh. Her yellow hair in ringlets hung, her shoes were Spanish leather, oh. Her bonnet with blue ribbons hung, her scarlet scarf and feather, oh. Like Venus bright she did appear, the lovely blue-eyed Sally, oh. She's the girl that I love, dear, the flower of Maharali, oh. A working lad, although I be, with neither wealth nor treasure, oh. And yet I love my dearest dear, I love her beyond measure, oh. If I'd the wealth that is possessed by the great Tidderally, oh, I'd give it to the one that I love best, the flower of Maharali, oh. And now I know the day will come when we'll join our hands together, oh, and I will wed my dearest dear, in spite of wind and weather, oh. And let them all say what they will, oh, let them all scowl and rally, oh. I will wed the girl I love, the flower of Maharali, oh.
Just lovely. Oh, wonderful.
Right. It was lovely to hear Liam singing a bar in the Shride earlier. We've just come back from it. It's been most of the last week down in the Rock Peninsula. Wonderful part of the world. And this song kept coming into my head, so I'll give it a try. It's Tim Dennehy's tribute to Sigerson Clifford. The bones are now released from the cold office stool. The soul is now unchained from the cold hands of the clock. And you wander once again on the pallid road to Kells, while the waves wash loud and lonely on the face of Lascar Rock. To let familiar names ring out your praise forever, being a tea-varnished ride Carhan River. And let the little ram sing his thimble full of glee. And may your rest be peaceful between the mountain and the sea. It was here you loved to stroll all along the Ferta River, to see the silver salmon enmeshed in the Seine, and to hear the huntsman's call, or the cry, come on the Marys, to feel the horses' hooves on the sod of Reen Rasheen. To let familiar names sing out your praise forever. Bína tí barna Shreide, Carhan River. And let the little wren sing his timbre full of glee. And may your rest be peaceful between the mountain and the sea. Now the old school that you spoke of has bowed its head to progress. There's a boards in Barnashryde, post a padlock on the door. And your leaving as a new year dawned did tinge my heart with sadness. Yet the places that you mentioned I will cherish evermore. For at each September races, when you'll mingle with the people, in each train load to Croke Park, when you'll be there in the van. But most of all on Fhaoláin Day, when young and old go travelling, you'll be there with your comrades, you'll be hunting for the ran. So let familiar names ring out your praise forever. Bína tí barna Shreide, Carhan River. And let the little wren sing his timbre full of glee. And may your rest be peaceful now between the mountain and the sea.
Oh, well sung, Paul. Lovely.
Beautiful, Paul.
Thanks a million. We're going to head to Alice Farrell. Perlman, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for asking me. This is one for Jack and Angela. It is a Scottish song that I only learned a snippet of and sang for years as a kid. And now, thanks to Lainey Dempsey, I found the rest of it. So this is Wee Jack and Doris for you. There's a good old Scottish custom that has stood the test of time. It's custom that's been carried out in every land and clime. When brother Scots are gathered, it's the usual thing. Just before we say goodnight, we fill our cups and sing. Just a wee Jock and Doris, just a wee drop, that's all. Just a wee Jock and Doris, afore ye gang awa. There's a wee wifey waiting in a wee butt and ben. And if you could say it's a Brabrecht moonlight nicht, well, you're all right, you can. Now I like a man that is a man that's straight and fair, the sort of man that will and can in all things do his share. Och, I like a man, a jolly man, the sort of man you know, the chap that slaps your back and says, Jock, just one before you go. Just a wee Jock and Doris, just a wee drop, that's all. Just a wee Jock and Doris, afore ye gang awa. There's a wee wifey waiting in a wee butt and ben. And if you could say it's a Brabrecht moonlight nicht, well, you're all right, you can. I'll invite you some other nicht to come and bring your wives, and I'll guarantee you'll have the grandest nicht in all your lives. I'll have the bagpipes skirling, we'll make the rafters ring, and when you're tired and sleepy, why, I'll wake you up and sing. Just a wee Jock and Doris, just a wee Jock, that's all. Just a wee Jock and Doris, afore ye gang awa, there's a wee wifey waiting in a wee pot and ben. And if you could say it's a brabrecht moonlicht nicht, well, you're all right, you can.
Hey!
Hey! Thank God I learned that I'm now more Scottish than I am Irish.
Like the accent.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
Definitely.
Wonderful.
You have it off.
Oh, we'll hand back to our wonderful guests, Jack and Angela. You have a bit of
Thanks very
competition there now with the accent and the songs. There's lots of Scottish songs, which is wonderful to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely to hear. Really, particularly to hear the Glasgow songs, but all of the Scottish songs that people have done. But really, truthfully, I'm going to say all the songs, but there's also that Racket as well. You know, it's great.
It's been outstanding.
It
It
really
really
great night. Yeah,
brilliant. Right.
Lovely. Great to be part of it.
In fact, there's a Glasgow connection in this song because it was written by Archie Fisher, who was originally from Glasgow. He was born and grew up in Glasgow. That would be more associated with the borders and so on. It's a song called The Final Trawl. And what happened was Archie tells a story. He was in the north of Scotland in Scrabster, looking out in the harbour there. And this was in the 1970s. And he could see two boats out there, two fishing boats, tied up, doing nothing, just rusting away. And it was like a metaphor for what was going on in fishing in Scotland at the time. The whole fishing fleet was in terrible decline, just like it was here. And Archie wrote this song, The Final Trawl. It's been 3 long years since we made her pay. Sing Holloway, my laddie-o, and the owners say that she's had her day. And it's Holloway, my laddie-o, and it's heave away for the final trawl. Sing Holloway, my laddie-o, it's an easy pull, for the catch is small. And it's Holloway, my laddie-o, and it's stow your gear, lad, and batten down. Sing Holloway, my laddie-o, and we'll say farewell to the fishing ground. And it's Holloway, my laddie-o, and we'll join the venture and the morning star. Sing Holloway, my laddie-o, riding high and empty out beyond the bar. And it's Holloway, my laddie-o, but I'd rather beach her on the Skerry Rock. Sing Holloway, my laddie-o, than to see her torched in the breaker's dock. And it's Holloway, my laddie-o, and when I die, you can stow me down. Sing Holloway, my laddie-o, in her rusty hole where the breakers pound. And it's Holloway, my
laddie-o. For I've fished a lifetime, now boy and man. Sing haul away, my laddie-o, and this final trawl barely makes a cran. And it's all away, my laddie-o, and it's all away, my laddie-o, and it's all away, my laddie-o.
Beautiful.
Oh, wonderful.
Lovely, Jack and Angela, gorgeous.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Now, in April, the Courthouse had a culture night, well, a virtual culture night, to celebrate the kind of local heritage and arts groups that there are around Tinahely. And we learned a lot about Tinahely that night. And among the many things that we learned was that there's quite a connection between Tinahely and Canada, New Brunswick, I think in particular. So with that in mind, we thought we'd do a Canadian folk song, and it's about log drivers. It was first recorded by Kate and Anna McGarrigle. I think they would have been quite young at the time. It was written by a friend of theirs called Wade Hemsworth. And Wade got the idea when he was working up, not in New Brunswick, much further north, quite remote areas of northern Canada, up in Labrador and northern Quebec. And log driving was still done by people. And it was just watching them spinning or biddling the logs to try and shove them down the river. It's dangerous work, but he just noticed, he just thought, great balance, these guys, and terrific jumping from log to log, very nimble. I thought, I bet they make great dancers. So he came up with this song, The Log Driver's Waltz. If you ask any girl from the parish around what pleases her most, from her head to her toes, she'll say, I'm not sure that it's business of yours, but I do like to waltz with the log driver. He goes burling down and down white water. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly. Burling down and down white water. The log driver's waltz please girls completely. When the drive's nearly over, we like to go down and watch all the lads as they work on the river. We know that come evening they'll be in the town, and we do like to waltz with the log driver. He goes burling down and down white water. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly. Burling down and down white water. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. To please both my parents, I've had to give way and dance with the doctors and merchants and lawyers. Their manners are fine, but their feet are of clay. There's none with the style of my log driver. He goes burling down and down white water. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly. Burling down and down white water. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. Now I've had my chances with all sorts of men, but there's none can compare with my lad on the river. So when the drive's over, if he asks me again, I think I will marry my log driver. He goes burling down and down white water. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly. Burling down and down white water. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. Burling down and down
step lightly, barreling down and down Whitewater. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely.
Lovely.
Oh, fabulous.
Lovely. Great rendition. Beautiful.
Thanks very much. And just to say once again, it's been a great night and we're delighted to have been a part of it. Thank you very much.
Well, absolutely, to Rachel, John, and all the people
all
from
the
the
contributions.
but everybody as well, every one of you. It's great to see you here, and even better to hear you. It's brilliant. Now, so we'll finish with the song. We've known it for years, but we started really singing it about 15, 16 months ago in the worst of the lockdowns. You remember the time when you can only do the 2 kilometers? It was absolutely a nightmare. So we started singing this song. It's called Don't Fence Me In.
Give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in. Just turn me loose, let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western sky. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences, gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. I can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. Give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in. Just turn me loose, let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western sky. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences, gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. I can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. Don't fence me in.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Great singing.
Thank you so much, Jack and Angela. It was a pleasure to have you here this evening. The music, the songs, just fantastic.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Indeed, it is our pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thanks a million. Well, I'll tell you where we're at now. We've still got a few people to get to. So I popped in 3 more singers, Vincent and Marion and Philippa Robinson. So I'm going to have a look through the room while everybody is singing and see, and keep an eye on your messages because I'm not sure if everybody wants to sing or share a song. So I'll pop a private message to you as we go along. So yeah, Vincent and Marion, how are yous?
We're sort of kind of disappointed that Jack didn't notice my new blue braces.
Very nice.
Oh, we did. We were just too polite to say.
Well, here we go. Ye muses divine, combine and lend me your aid to pen these few lines, for I find that that's too high. Ye muses divine, combine and lend me your aid to pen these few lines, for I find that my heart is betrayed by a virgin most pure, who is dearer to me than my life. And from me she is flown, and is known as the red-haired man's wife. Remember the day when you gave unto me your true heart. You solemnly swore that nevermore we would part. But your mind's like the ocean, each notion has taken her flight, and left me bewailing the tale of the red-haired man's wife. A letter I'll send with a friend down to the seashore, to let her understand I'm the man that does her adore. And if she would but leave that slave, I would forfeit my life. She lived like a lady, and ne'er be the red-haired man's wife. I offered a favor, and I sailed it with my own hand. And she thus answered and said, would you lead me to break the command? So take it easy, since nature has caused so much strife. I was given away, and will stay as the red-haired man's wife. May my life never end, or my yearning from passion abate, till I and my darling recline neath the present tree's shade. No one to be near us, but the blackbird and the green leaves alone. The red-headed man in his grave with his head 'neath a stone. My darling Phoenix, if now you would be my own. The patriarch David had a number of wives, it's well known. So yield to my embraces, and straight put an end to all strife, or else I'll run crazy or gain the red-haired man's wife. There we go.
Lovely to hear that.
Is Marion with you?
What she is, and she's forgot to turn it on. Forgot all about her there.
He's taking all the limelight.
Well, Malika.
How could he forget?
Oh, he does that off and on.
From the hot ones.
From the hot winds of summer, the winter has come and it's gone. And the wild geese are flying so gently away from their homes. On the big ship that sails away from the land, across the sea of gold. Remember November rain. Remember November rain. So my love, fare thee well. I'll write to you soon, and I'll tell you how much I miss you, and how I'll soon be home. Remember November rain. Remember November rain. The harbor lights glisten like the eyes of the woman who wait, and for news of those men whose love has turned to hate. The dark days have come, the hunger's begun, the clouds have darkened at cold. Remember November rain. Remember November rain. So my love, fare thee well. I'll write to you soon, and I'll tell you how much I miss you, and how I'll soon be home. Remember November rain. Remember November rain. The wind may be sighing, the sea sounds soft in your ears, but remember that rainbows are forming when nobody hears. Our love is changeless through the years. I've got arms to welcome you home. Remember November rain. Remember November rain. So my love, fare thee well. I'll write to you soon, and I'll tell you how much I miss you, and how I'll soon be home. Remember November rain.
Remember, remember, November rain. Thank you.
Lovely, Marion.
Hello, Marion.
Thank you. Fantastic. Now we're heading over to Philippa. Hi, Philippa.
Hello.
How are you?
Okay, I'll sing Cearc agus Cruileach, which is a hen's lament for the cockerel that got killed by people. Cearc agus Cruileach go Jimmy le céile, amach fríd na sréibhte go bhrisin a grí. Chuise go suigachs go Corci na dhéisin, nó go deachí a scéal amach fríd a tír. Ma haidach brara ragusoata, no kadanig namra, a cartoon senor. Fiction a crew bag a skill shed a craw, kai shed a lashin, sugakalor. Dafach ma haidach la eini na margi, na gardens echo broad a leri. Vi per a sportjale den närige tjänta att fallasis la winnie bui. Ma hayak brara rakuso wata, nekadanik namra cardoon senor. Fiction a crew bag a skill should a craw. I should a lashin sugakalor. Harme ma haidach go past willa. A nachum no jeet and neckle the fall. A nachum hona fear arula cry shia. Nach muya Mahayak hai, Mahayak bara bakuso wata, Vikatanik namra kudulan senor. Fiction a crew bag a skill should a crow, as kai should a lashin sugakalor. Ach, is a cearc sí a golar an narú, nach búrtha bach dimniach jerum a scéal. Ach, machlanja is céal mai lappa, besínta sa fád agus lacar a bhéal. Ma haidach brada rakuso wata, nekadanig namra a cardoon senor. Fiction a crew bag a skill should a craw. Kai should a lashin sugakalor.
And that's for the
one Philippa.
So we've got another three popped into the messages there. Dervla, Fergus Carey and Edward Phillips. So Dervla, thank you.
Hello, how are you?
How are you? You well?
Yeah, I'm not singing a song from Scotland. I couldn't think of one that I knew well enough. I'll probably think of one the minute we finish. But I'm going to sing a Munster song, Mishigas Mada or Time Shigas Mada. A song about the joys of matrimony, where he talks about where he lives and how fertile the land is and how happy his wife and his children are, and then they talk about going to heaven when they die, and it's all very positive, which is very unusual for an Irish song, as we all know. Anyway, so Time Shigas Mada. Time Shigas Mada Gusas and Arnagina. Oh, Nastaka barching at an altar of Van. Hope me sure alive. Hope me sure alive. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'll start again. Táim sigus mar agus sásta nar nagine, ó nasca go barting an altar ó bhana. Thug me se grade ar gráis ar ferriflum, thug me se lávis go brach ní scar a míad bím se seint ceol. Partini belagum rex faldio, rex faldi idlidi. Tá a haia lux an áit, is fear my sha, I bad can thrahan, a harin shach nach gore. Crinne hoch de fasan, o hard lesh na clacha, me fevan tra, the vecca me a biggie, beam she shined kjol. Partini belagum rex faldio, rex faldi idlidi. She machelish mare, on stad van volvashuel, fadden flivan, sin pashter aspere. Stuck on alive, the bran into Praberny, oh, ik netal, se kronan gun lam na vin, beam she shined kjol. Partini belagum, rex faldio, rex faldi idlidi. Shemagui chun an Ardvik, across the steppering, go lanhan toshing, gan gotter gan asporing, snore huckle narev, sanatrivo Josaphat, good dog a dear life shing in order go Paris, beds a shined kjol. Partini belagum rex faldio, rex faldi idle ID. Nee.
Hey!
Great
I
stuff.
lose points for the false start, I reckon.
Lovely. That's lovely.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. So we're heading to Fergus Curry. How are you?
Hiya, hello all. And thanks. I was really looking forward to this session, and it certainly has delivered. It's been brilliant. So I'm going to go back to Kerry for this song, one of my favorite places in Ireland, where it's a home for me, really, down in West Kerry. People didn't give it the next stop America. A song by Gary McMahon. When I crossed the bridge in Blennerville and turned my face back west, my pulse it races faster and my heart beats in my chest. I am back in Corkagween now, my rambling days all through, on the road to Ballyferreter, and my home in Gortadoo. Through camp I go and Glownagelt, and Farfame down a skull. And I think of Green of Antarctica, where Scott the Brave did fall. I'm near my goal when I reach Lisbol, soon Dingle Bay's in view. On the last leg of my journey to my home in Gortadoo. When I leave the Boer fodder, then I stop at Momnagui, where Mount Brandon stands at high command above the sisters three. The yellow firs like bonfires against the heather's purple hue, and through misty eyes I recognize my home in Gortadoo. Wailing bean le clushin fos e mail menina hound. La hola agus course or not, Quillacta sport is ground. On London is on Smolokid, Excapelain is good. I'm Marie Shilla Moiga, Smearashing of the do. On Fuchsia Daragol in and later Geordie. Na Fishoga modern Arige Curfalte Rivon Lay. On Gyaramar on Nassin Veen, on Cook on Shannock Road. Taid Golel the Feshkin down, howling what to do. As I watch the autumn slanting sun set by my cottage door, fond thoughts come coursing through my mind of friends I'll see no more. So lay me down in Dunoulin midst neighbours kind and true, where one and all will wait God's call from our homes in Gortudoo. So raise your glass each lad and lass, and drink a toast with me, to each hill and vale around Keownshire Vale, to Doon Queen by the sea. My heart's desire, to which I aspire, I'll now relate to you. May I live to see old Ireland free from my home in Gortudoo.
Well, Fergus.
Well,
Well sung.
Deadly Fergus.
I'll make a Kerry man out of you yet.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So we're going to head to Edward Phillips. And
Yes.
thank Edward for your patience as we get around the room.
Thank you, Rachel and John, and cheers to Bray and Tinahely. Great to be with you tonight. This song comes from my attic, from an LP that was up there. And the very old parents will remember it, and the very young parents will identify with it. Children are people who live in a land made of raindrops and puddles and pebbles and streams, solemnly watching a twig as it sails on a clear crystal pool on an island of dreams. There go a pair that have just built a city of mud, and it's real. They know that mud doesn't look very pretty, but ooh, how it feels. This little boy greets the snow with a smile. That little girl has discovered an isle made up of pillows. One little fellow is friends with the wind in the willows. All of them children, and all are mysterious people. I can remember when I was a boy that my bed was a ship that I sailed through the night. And I remember the world was a place that was eager and loving and shiny and bright. Where is that boy who made friends with the rainbow and once rode upon? Where is that shy and mysterious person? Oh, where have I gone? I can remember I once said my prayers. Now I stand by as my children say theirs, watching them kneeling. And I could cry that one day they'll forget all that they're feeling. Oh, what a shame that our children should grow into people. Thank you very much.
All right.
Great, Edward.
Great song.
For a long time.
Great. So I've popped the last three singers into the message box, and apologies to those that we didn't get to, and we'll definitely get to you first the next time. We have Anne Parsons, Phil O'Connor and Frank Greeley to finish us out. So Anne Parsons done. How are you?
How are you? Nice. Thank you for inviting me. It's lovely to be here. I hope you can hear me okay, because sometimes my internet's not great. Kevin was going to sing a song earlier and he couldn't get the tune, and I wanted to tell him. So I'm going to try and sing that song for Kevin, if he's there. There's a man in my bed, I used to love him. His kisses used to take my breath away. There's a man in my bed, I hardly know him. I wipe his face and hold his hand and watch him as he slowly fades away. He fades away, not like leaves that fall in autumn, turning gold against the grey. He fades away, like the blood stains on the pillowcase that I wash every day. He fades away. There's a man in my bed, he's on a pension, although he's only 50 years of age. The lawyer says he might get compensation in the course of due proceedings, but he couldn't say for certain at this stage. He fades away, not like leaves that fall in autumn, turning gold against the grey. He fades away, like the blood stains on the pillowcase that I wash every day. He fades away, and he's not the only one who made that trip so many years ago to work the Whitney mines. So many young men old before their time and fading slow, they fade away. A wheezing bag of bones with lungs half popped and full of clay, they fade away. There's a man in my bed, they never told him the cost of bringing home his weekly pay. When the courts decide how much they owe him, how will he spend his money when he lies in bed and coughs his life away? He fades away, not like leaves fall in autumn, turning gold against the grey. He fades away, like the blood stains on the pillowcase that I wash every day, he fades away. Alistair Hewlett, as you said earlier, Kevin.
Go on. Great song.
Thanks a million. So we're going to Phil. It's Phil O'Connor. You take.
Hello. How are you? Because of the guests, our wonderful guests tonight, I thought I'd be original and sing a Scottish song, but I'm obviously everybody had the same idea. But I'm not going to even try and put on the Scottish accent, right? Oh, it been of a morning in May, my father's cows all went astray. My love took me down in the heather. It was
sorry, could you hear me there?
a bird come to my apron. We a ride do a dum, we ride do a day, ride do a dum, we a ride do a day. Ride do a dum, we a ride do a day, a wee bird come to my apron. Oh, once my apron, it was new, now it's gotten another hue. Now it's gotten a different hue since a wee bird come to my apron. Oh, once my apron, it was wide, it covered me from side to side, but now my knees it cannot hide, since a wee bird come to my apron. We a ride do a dum, we a ride do a day, ride do a dum, we a ride do a day. Ride do a dum, we a ride do a day, and a wee bird come to my apron. I met my father on the stair, combing down his yellow hair, saying, "What is that you've got in there underneath your apron?" It is no vagabond or loon, the best eye maker in the town has made me a stomacher for my gown, and it's underneath my apron. I met my mother on the stair, combing down her yellow hair, says, "What is that you've got in there underneath your apron?" It is my mantle and my shirt, I have no will to take it out. I have no will to take it out from underneath my apron. We a ride do a dum, we ride do a day, ride do a dum, we a ride do a day, ride do a dum, we a ride do a day. A wee bird come to my apron. As I was walking down the street, silver slippers on my feet, have I the will my friends to meet, with all underneath my apron? We a ride do a dum, we a ride do a day, ride do a dum, we a ride do a day. Ride do a dum, we a ride do a day, since a wee bird come to my apron. Sinead?
Lovely, Phil.
Yeah, nice one. I've never heard that before.
Cara Bray.
Oh, it's Cara Bray.
Yeah.
It's a lovely song.
Beautiful. Thanks a million, Phil.
Right.
We're going to head to Frank Greeley for the last song of the night, and apologies to those that we didn't get to, but we will get to you the next time.
Thanks, Rachel, and apologies for a late one tonight. We're down west, so we're anyway. Listen, again, want to say to Jack and Angela, it's been always a delight to hear them, and particularly tonight is a big night for them as well. So we'll give it a lash to finish off an year for you. Thanks a million. Oh, the night was clear, stars were shining, the moon rose up, quiet in the sky. The people gathered round, and the band was tuning. You can hear them now, singing, coming through the ride. You were dressed in blue, and you look so lovely, just a gentle flower of a small town girl. She took my hand, and we danced to the music. With a single smile, you became my world, and we danced all night to the fiddle and banjo. Their drifting tunes fill the air. So long ago, I still remember how we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. Now we courted well, and we courted dearly. We'd rock for hours on your front porch chair. And a year went by since the time I met you, and I made you mine at the Roseville Fair. And we danced all night to the fiddle and banjo. Their drifting tunes fill the air. So long ago, I still remember when we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. Here's a song for all you lovers, and here's a tune for you to share. May you dance all night to the fiddle and banjo, the way we did at the Roseville Fair. And we danced all night to the fiddle and banjo. Their drifting tunes fill the air. So long ago, I still remember how we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. Woo!
Lovely,
Frank.
John Frank.
Frank. It was really lovely. Lovely way to finish. Well, I would just like to thank our guests, Jack and Angela. A big round of applause for them. It was just so much. I knew we were in for a treat. I was really looking forward to this evening, and it was way past all our expectations. It was fantastic. Thanks to the Courthouse Arts Centre for supporting this event, and we look forward to future events, hopefully in the Arts Centre in the autumn. So stay tuned to the Arts Centre Facebook page and their website. And I'll keep you all informed anyway as to what's going to be happening over the coming months. So thanks again for joining us and sharing all your wonderful songs, and thanks Jack and Angela. Just wonderful.
Thanks Rachel and John. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rachel and John. It was fabulous. And Jack and Angela.
Great job.
And we enjoyed this quite already.
Yeah, how is she there?
It's lovely night.
Very nice, everyone.
Lovely.
Look forward
And
to it.
yeah, well,
Angela, God bless.
and I enjoyed it.
Thanks very much.